musical
You know,
in Bhopal?
Bhopal was where we lived, Professor's Colony, and just across there was a road which led to Tagore Hall.
Okay.
And Tagore Hall had concerts round the year. And we as kids were allowed to go and sit. Nobody had to buy a ticket. And we have heard from Alauddin Khan Saab to, and we've seen such great performances, uh,
You remember
theatre. Yes, of
the
course.
Begum Akhtar performance that you were talking about?
Well, I don't remember Begum Akhtar's performance as a child, but I remember I heard Begum Akhtar a day before I delivered my first child. And I was so happy because I always believe that when you're about to start a new life, it's so wonderful to start with a wonderful memory. And that was my memory of Begum Akhtar.
And apparently,
He used to
your,
send her Cadbury
yeah, your
chocolates.
father was very, very
He
fond of
used to
her.
send her Cadbury chocolates. He
Okay.
said, she loves Cadbury chocolates. I'm going to send her Cadbury chocolates. And we
Okay.
used to say, why not us? Why to
Okay.
Begum Akhtar?
Why not us? But also, Jayadi, from Bhopal, you would often travel with him to Calcutta. And here too, he had a large circle of friends from the world of literature, from cinema. And do you have memories of those days?
Oh, wonderful memories. Wonderful memories. Uh, most of the people today are not around.
Sadly, not
Yes,
here.
sadly. But wonderful. You know what was very great about my father was he never made anything into a big issue. He was a fearless man, and I think that's the legacy he's given me, is to be fearless. I have to be a little careful. He could just say what he wanted to, but I can't. There's a lot of misquoting that keeps happening nowadays, out of context, misquoting. So that, I have to be a little careful. But he gave us that strength, and so I really don't know how to say this. Such wonderful memories everywhere we went. I remember when I was being asked to work in Mahanagar, I was really 12, 13 years old. A girl who lived outside Bengal was not exposed to Bengali cinema that much. Though every Sunday in Bhopal, we used to, there was a little theatre where they showed Bengali film, and we were taken. We had to see it. Because my father felt that if you don't read, at least watch here. You will learn the language. Anyway, and so I was a little, you know, I don't want to work in a film. I was not interested. I was naughty. I was interested in other things. And I remember my father sitting me down and telling me, ki, আমি তোমাকে force করব না. You must do what you think is right and face the consequences of that thought. But I just want to, as a friend, I want to tell you, कि এই অপরচুনিটিটা সকলে লাইফে পায় না. And intelligent people always avail opportunities given to them. So I don't know, I leave it to you. I said, okay, I will work in the film, and that's how I got to work in Mohanagar. And what a fantastic advice he gave me, and I remembered it. So every time I had opportunities which I thought would take me a little further or give me that exposure or the knowledge to learn, I always thought of him and made use and avail those opportunities.
So that is, the key factor was the opportunity to learn. As you said, that wherever you had the
Yes,
opportunity to learn.
without teaching.
Yeah, without teaching, without it being forced,
Yes.
was something that you learned from him. His original family was from Bangladesh, and then they moved to Krishnanagar. And apparently he had gone back there many, many years later to see his home, his childhood home. He was very moved by that experience. Did he ever discuss it with you or talk about it with you?
No.
But have you ever been to
Krishnanagar, I
Krishnanagar,
have been to Krishnanagar, but I haven't been to.
the home?
No,
where
I didn't get the time to.
okay, yeah, okay. So, it, did he ever talk about the partition of Bengal to you people when you were growing up?
He didn't. My grandparents did.
Did, yes.
They did.
So you have some knowledge of
Yes,
what
of
had
course.
happened here
Of
in
course.
Bangladesh. And what about, Jadi, when you wanted to go to the Film Institute, when you made up your mind,
In
I
fact,
mean,
I didn't want to go.
okay,
It was very strange. Uh, I remember after doing Mahanagar, obviously I got interested in cinema. I started watching films, and naturally it was most of them were Hindi films. English films once a week, Bengali film once a week, and the rest of the days, if you had to watch Hindi films. And my father was grumbling one day, and he said, "You'll waste so much money and go and see such rubbish, and I don't understand why these people don't use this opportunity given to them. Government has this film institute." I said, "You can't teach acting. Can you teach acting?" He said, "You can teach everything. You must have the opportunity, the aptitude, and intelligence to."
imbibe.
So I was quite intrigued, and once I remember during summer holidays, he showed me this ad. He said, "Dakho hi paper e beriche, Film and Television Institute of India." So I said, "Anybody can apply. Can I apply?" So he said, "Yes, but you have to pass a test." Try. I applied, I gave my test, and he never accompanied me.
Okay.
I took Delhi as my center, and my grandparents were living in Delhi at that time, and I remember my kaka went with me for my test. He said, "Have you prepared?" I said, "No, not really, but let's see." Anyway, I got selected. It was a shock.
Okay.
I never thought I would get selected, and I was supposed to start college, and my sisters, both of them said that সকলেই তো কলেজে যায়, পুজোর আগে তো কোনো পড়াশোনা হবে না, পুজোর পরেই শুরু হবে, you go, if you don't like it, you come back and join college, do a BA degree, get married, do some rubbish housewife giri, but if that's what you want, but try this. If you don't try, how would you know?
So this is
And
Rita and Nita telling you this?
Nita and
Okay,
Rita both.
all right.
And I went and told my father. And I told him, I said, "I am going to educate myself." So he started laughing. He said, "Acha." I went to the institute. Of course, he paid whatever. But after 3 months, I got a scholarship. And I educated myself. My father used to send me 50 rupees per month only. I refused to take any money from him because I thought I was studying something which was very different. And he, in his letters, would ask me how I'm doing, but very subtly trying to hint that if you need any money, you can ask for it. But I did that, and it was all because of him. It was all because of him.
But I also remember you telling us that from your first earning, you bought him his Fiat car.
Yes, after
And Goody.
Goody, yes. I got
And-
money, and I...
How did he feel about it?
No, he didn't want the car. He said, "Amar kache gadi ache, chai na." I bollam, "But I want to buy you a car." And so I bought him the car. He was very proud of it. Very proud. He came to Bombay and drove it back himself.
Okay. All the way to Bhopal?
All the way to Bhopal, yes.
Jayadi, today is Saraswati Puja. We worship the goddess of learning. There must have been a lot of memories around Saraswati Puja as a child that you may have had, because that is, as you said, the only puja that you really do even today. So can you tell us about that, please?
Well, my father didn't believe in all this. My father never did any pujo at home.
But Mashima did.
My mother did. I mean, completely opposite. He never stopped her. আমার মনে আছে অনেক বছর আগে আমরা নাগপুরে ছিলাম, আই এম টকিং অ্যাবাউট 50s And Ramakrishna Mission theke Swamiji was coming. And my mother came and asked my father that, Ami Dikha nite chai. So my father was a bit astonished. He said, Dikha nile, you know that you have to do a lot of things and this, that and the other. Lead a very disciplined life. She said, I know. I want to do it. She said, as long as it does not interfere with my lifestyle, you're most welcome to do it. He never interfered. I thought I was being very fashionable. কেন ওই বৃহস্পতিবারে ওই পুজো লক্ষ্মী পুজোর পর she used to bring prasad and I would say না না আমি প্রসাদ টসাদ খাই না. I thought I was being very fashionable, trying to sort of
Be the rebel.
not only that, be like my dad.
Father. Okay.
And my father said, don't. You may disrespect the mithai. Don't respect your mother's belief. Take it for her. He wouldn't do it, but he'd just ঠিক আছে, all that. But he never ever allowed us to disrespect her beliefs.
So those were the values, yes.
Yes, I suppose so. I don't know.
Course.
Maybe without, And she always, we used to do it when we were in school, and because Probashi Bangali choto community chilo Bhopale, I mean it was more like a ghar ka puja.
But was there a lot of fun and games? And did you wear yellow?
Yes.
Yeah.
ওই কি বলে তোমরা
পলাশ ফুলে।
পলাশ ফুলে আমরা ওই রাত্রির বেলায় পলাশ ফুল বালতিতে ডুবিয়ে তারপর জামা কাপড় ডুবিয়ে নেক্সট মর্নিং একেবারে ইয়েলো হয়ে যেত। And how at night, my mother would take it out quietly, hang them so that they were dry in the morning.
Okay. So all that was worn and...
yes.
And was there also, pujoর সময় যেটা প্রবাসী বাঙালিদের পুজো হয় যখন, did your father ever participate in Durga Puja?
No, he was always an observer. He would be sitting far
But
watching.
In terms of musicals and swaris, other things that happened on the side, did he ever go to watch all that or see it in terms
Sometimes theatre, Durga Pujaর সময়, not Saraswati Puja.
Durga Pujaর সময় যখন
Durga Pujaর সময়, yes, theatre, he would participate.
Did he act?
He acted, he directed.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right. So there was another aspect to him also as an actor and a director.
Maybe.
Whatever.
Even my mother did.
Okay. All right. So did you people participate in functions?
Not very much, very little. Yes.
But pujo being such a big thing, as a new clothes for everybody, Durga Puja. So did you ever go out shopping with your dad?
Yes, for Durga Puja, yes. Definitely. We went out as a family.
Okay.
And everybody got the same clothes. We all looked like this.
But there was very little option in those
days. Dressed in uniform.
But there was very little opportunity. There was just Bata and Corona shoes and whatever you got. And those ballerina shoes that came in much.
Juto petam na. Juto amra petam beginning of the term, school, beginning of school. With the uniform, new shoes, new kids.
Okay.
And
those were,
but
clothes.
Not pujoর সময় জুতো না.
Clothes.
জামা কাপড়.
Okay. And you also said that I think it was Neeta who was always waiting for you people to make a choice before she made hers. And was it something that was egged on by your father, or did No, she did it on her own.
No, she did it on her own.
Okay. And Jayadi, in terms of his writing work, there were just Obhishapta Chambul, which was filmed, and Shonda Deepashika, the two films which were made. Do you remember the people coming to talk to him about it, Monjude?
Yes.
And what was it all about? Did you remember her at all? Talking to your father? And apparently she was a very fashionable woman.
She was. She was, yes. No, my father had a lot of friends in the film industry, and so one saw a lot of them.
was one of his friends too.
Very close, yes.
So when you came to Calcutta, did you meet these people? Did
all
your father?
The time.
Okay.
Every evening.
And who were they that you met? People like Robi Kaku, you say.
Robi Kaku, of course. All Shomitra Kaku, Robi Kaku. I mean, it feels strange calling them Kaku with my grey hair, but you know, that's how it was. All
But
of them.
and was there a lot of informal literary discussion that took place?
Yes.
And
And we were never, you know, as kids, we were never said ki এখানে বসবে না বড়রা কথা বলছে এখানে বসবে না we were allowed to sit
and imbibe.
and we never had any other conversation in the house. It would either be about literature or it would be about politics or it would be about some kind of art or I don't remember any other discussions.
So, without you knowing, so much of it was kind of, you know, like an osmosis.
One just grew up. One
Yeah.
just lived. That's it.
It was like a process of osmosis. You sucked it in.
Yes.
And it was there in your system.
And I suppose this is what happens to everyone. I mean,
But you know, the session that we just had before this, I think Raj Kamal was discussing the writing of fiction and the writing of a journalistic piece.